Welcome back, and today's video has been sponsored by World of Warships Legends. It's free to play, cross-play, and it's now also available on Steam. You might have already played this on Xbox or PlayStation 5, and it is still of course available right over there. Every 5 weeks we get a new update, and right now we have a new event going on, and it's a modern conflict. I'll show you all about that in a second. It does play pretty differently to regular World of Warships, which, well, doesn't really compare to this. It's missile combat, it's top-down missiles, it's airstrikes, it's all of that kind of stuff. So now line of sight doesn't really matter other than spotting, because a radar can spot you through a mountain. You can simply be lit up by a random destroyer, and now all ships on the battlefield can simply shoot up over the terrain and bombard you to 0% health in approximately 12 seconds. It does ask of you to play a very different game here to whatever you are used to. So if you want to try this out, you can go to the description, click the link, download it through there. It's on Steam, PlayStation and Xbox, as I said, and you can try out the Global Conflict Modern Era over here. So if you want to get into this, when you launch the game, over here on the bottom right it will say normally standard mode or versus AI. And now we have Modern Era PvP, which is against all the players of course, and we also have Modern Era PvE. And this is not just a regular PvP game with bots in it, it's an actual mission to kind of help you get familiarized with the control. And it's mostly just a kind of cinematic set piece where you basically are just a one-man army and rack up 400,000 damage without much of a sweat. So it's a good way to familiarize yourself with it, but not necessarily the main way I would play this. Let's take a look at the game, shall we? We have 6 ships right now available. We have the Burki, the Nanushka, the Nostrashimi. We have the Perry the Platypus, the Sovrameni, and the Tychon the Roga. Now, not all of these ships were fun to me. The Nanushka especially gave me an absolutely dreadful time. It's a bit of a stealth ship, but I'll show you that in the video later on. I did play all of them. My favorite ones were definitely the Tychon the Roga, as well as Perry the Platypus. And I'll show you all about that and the reasons when we get into the game, which is actually right now. This is the one issue with sitting behind cover with this thing. Half your missiles are just going to hit the well, the side of a mountain range basically. Am I going to EMP? I should have. But it is what it is. We got a kill out of it. So that's something. Let's move out of the way here, shall we? Start capturing this point. I'm not sure where he is and whether or not he has torpedoes. And if he does, that might be a bit problematic. Would I lose though? Nah, I'd win. Alright, where is this bozo at? He does have torpedoes, so I might have to play this a little bit differently. Alright, let's just... There we go. None of that hit. That is incredibly frustrating. Alright, let's try that again. That's a good volley. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be trying to get away from him here. I cannot get any closer than this. Need to get away from here. Let's try to heal up. Oh, he does have torpedoes still, so I need to be careful about that. Let's try to get some missiles in, shall we? That's a good kill. Nostrashimi, I mean. Look at that, Aurora Borealis, entirely located in my kitchen. There's a lot of Tychon the Rogas in my team. There's 3 of them. We have a Charlie Burki and the Sovrameni. And they have a Burki, Nanushka, Sovrameni twice, and a Nostrashimi, if that's even pronounced remotely correctly. Probably not. Now the nice thing about the Tychon the Roga is it has, well, multiple weapons that all reload very quickly, and they all are designed to overwhelm your enemy. Now we also have a heal as well as an EMP. The EMP can only be used twice, but it will block every missile coming your way. So if you are in a position where you see like 20 missiles coming at your direction, we just press the Y button and suddenly no one will damage us. Now it doesn't work against torpedoes and it doesn't work against planes for some reason. And unfortunately it will not one-shot enemy ships, because that would be a little bit ridiculous. But for the time being we will just stay together with our teammates and see if we can stop their missiles with our overwhelming amount of anti-air. Range. That guy is in range though, so let me actually just blast this guy. Let's see if I can get a good amount of damage in here. That's only 4.5. That's kind of bad actually. Luckily the reload is about the same as it takes me to get a lock. So that is terrific. That's another very good volley. He's getting absolutely eaten up. Give me another one of those. Thank you very much. Now this guy is doing not very hot. So let me just... Well, I was gonna say shoot him, but he is already dead. Now that guy has absolutely zero health. The issue is hitting him because he is very small. Let me hope that I can get a lock here. The lock is gonna take a little... Oh, 30 seconds on the reload still. So that is a bit of a waste. This guy's really close as well. Let me just dump some missiles into him. That's almost short, but I think that's just fine. Yes, it is. Right, let's get some more damage in. He's going to turn back to the left, isn't he? Oh, he's actually going to thread the needle almost, but we did get a good amount of damage in. Let's see if we can take this guy down while we're at it. He's really close now, so at least now it's pretty easy to lead. There we go, that's kill number 1. Now there's still a guy somewhere around here. But for the time being, I'm just going to start shooting at this guy first. Because I want that Sovremeni to just be dead. I'm going to use my AA to help out my teammate. I missed all my missiles, but that's okay. For the time being, at least. I have a feeling he wants to turn to the right, but he can't, because he's just going to beach himself. That's a good hit. The rest, though, not so much. Now, that's going to be very free damage. Thank you very much. No one is shooting at me at the moment, so I just get to farm this guy for free, basically. Unfortunately, I missed basically my entire volley. I have a feeling he's gonna start going forward again. I'm not entirely sure though. I'm actually gonna try and get a lock on this dude. Oh wait, I don't have to reload it yet, so that's a bit unlucky. He's gonna start going forward again. It's about there. Let's hope that he keeps turning in that direction, but I think he just stopped turning. Hopefully the flat trajectory means that I still hit him for a bunch of rounds. There we go. Thank you very much. He's gonna beach maybe. Not entirely sure. That might just be good. Thank you very much. That's kill number 2. Thank you. I'm just gonna shoot there to flood the area, but I think those missiles are just gonna... Yeah. They're not gonna do anything. That does a lot though. Thank you very much. So here we are playing the Perry the Platypus. And this ship is a little bit different, but it lends itself to this playstyle actually pretty damn well. We have a stealth ability, and this is very important because whatever you know about World of Warships, it plays a little bit differently in this game. Because now a lot of your missile systems will go straight up, go straight over the battlefield, and then go straight down. Meaning that cover doesn't really matter as long as you get spotted. Spotting is everything. So having the ability to go invisible, even when you get radared through an entire rock formation, is very important. We go invisible for about 30 seconds. The cooldown time is about 30 seconds or 38 seconds. So about 50% of the time we can be invisible. Not closer to 40, but you get what I am saying. So what we are going to be doing is use terrain here to stay out of line of sight. Use the stealth ability to block their radars. And just kind of wait for an opportune moment. Now we also have some bombs, kind of like the airstrikes that you have for the Dutch in World of Warships. And we also have torpedoes that actually reload incredibly quickly. Now the range here is pitiful. It's only about 5.5 kilometers, but that is more than enough considering these maps are actually pretty small. So we are going to be parking here. This Ticonderoga is kind of doing the same thing. We are getting radared, so I'm just going to be popping my stealth ability, as it does have infinite amount of consumables. And we are simply going to sit here and wait for a little bit. Now I'm just trying to take a look if there's anyone that's completely stationary, like that guy right there. That is of course going to move the millisecond I launch. Maybe he tries to back up again. So let's just box him in completely. And then go for one more right there. And then we switch on over to the missile system. But Charlie Berkey actually goes invisible, so I'm going to pop my radar and shoot at him again. Now the issue is that this thing only shoots one missile at a time. And while that does sound incredibly pitiful, because it is, it does have a low reload. The issue is that when you shoot one missile at a time, it's very easy for the enemy to simply shoot the missile down. So you see the diamond go over there, it instantly gets shot down, even at pretty close range. Or even far range, I mean. Well, but right now I'm just waiting for my bombs to get reloaded. But yet again, you can see that the missile gets shot down without much issue. Yeah, how about that? But I'll take it. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about the missile hitting anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna use my bombs to overwhelm his AA. And then whenever that plane comes in, I'm going to be shooting my missile at him. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and then we fire off the missile. And then hopefully AA is busy shooting at something else. There we go. That worked out absolutely beautifully. Which is a little bit of a waste, but you know, it is what it is. He's perfectly stationary. It's a little bit of a gamble because he's probably going to move the second I fire, but we're going to drop the bombs on him, wait a second with firing, and then we don't have the ability
Stealth mode engaged.
to... He gets unspotted the millisecond I fire. I'm just going to keep this guy locked. There's only one guy left, so it's not really like I can do much here. Missile in. That's another hit. That's a 12k hit. Thank you very much. Back to the right and then back to the left there. Let's try that. Just gonna use the planes to buffer for the AA. Shoot that missile off, go back into stealth, and then let's see what is happening over here. Ah, that worked out absolutely beautifully. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do the exact same thing again. We're gonna use the planes to distract his AA. The second I see that firing, I'm gonna be launching that missile. And then we go stealth.
Stealth mode engaged.
Ah, it just works. Well, you can shoot at him though. Let's hope he keeps spotted for a second. There we go. Missiles out. Well, it's only one missile actually. There. Let's hope he does. That's a good
Missile
hit.
Directly on target.
And the reload on this is pretty good, so that's a nice thing here. So let's rush this dude. He's about 3.5 kilometers away. I need to start turning out preemptively here. It's very easy to dodge torpedoes in this game, so I need to wait until the very last second. He's gonna start turning in a second. There we go. There's the torpedoes. And he is not going to be doing very well. So let me just go invisible. There we go. That's 3 hits. That does a hell of a lot of damage. Separated. So I'm going to switch on over my gaze. Lock onto him. Can I lock onto him, please? Okay, I completely mistimed it because I wouldn't get the lock. But it is what it is. And then we just go invisible because I don't want to deal with that. 8k volley with the airstrike. I'm not sure if that's going to make it in. It just did not. That is kind of unlucky. Now let's get around the corner here. Let's missile out. Don't pop out. Do not pop out. I don't want that. Thank you very much. That's another hit. And we are just going to be moving out of the way. Now we have that Charlie Berkey over there that's still sitting on his little island. He's probably gonna push forward in a second. At least that's what I'm assuming. I didn't push forward quite enough. He's busy though, so maybe... Nope. Let's see if that ship behind us is still there. Yes, it is. Alright, let's push out with my torps. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can here. He's turning out though. That's not ideal. So let me just back it up a bit. He's probably gonna turn back into those torps. No, he's just gonna die to them. Yep. He's completely fucked up.
Stealth deactivated.
Now let's hope that I can hit him with those. Or maybe with my AA. Or with my secondaries.
Suffered some critical engine damage.
I need to get out of the way here.
I'm afraid it's all
But that should hit. Thank you very much.
Thinking that destroyer feels
It
pretty
kills my brother again on my engine, I mean. I just repaired that. He just hit my engine twice.
critical engine damage. Enemy missile lock
I
detected.
can't really do much about that.
Enemy missile
And I'm
lock
alone.
detected.
Basically alone.
Missile defense system is on high alert. Enemy missile sighted.
I'm gonna drop this in front of him. And then switch on over to these missiles, but I'm already dead, so it doesn't really matter. And it's always just before you fire, but this time I managed to get it off. Hit some bombs. Decent amount of damage. Is the missile going to hit? Of course it isn't.
Stealth deactivated.
Let's try that again, shall we? He's gonna be roughly... He's gonna turn back to the right, probably. So I'm gonna drop it over there. Is that going to hit, though? The answer is a resounding yes.
Missile defense system is on high alert. Enemy missile lock detected.
Can I get another missile off, though? Probably not. I can. That's terrific.
Stealth mode in.
Now, here we have the Nanushka, and this thing has some pretty powerful weapons. We have the cruise missiles with a 16, almost 70k volley. That wasn't on purpose. We have the homing missile, which almost does 34,000 damage. The issue is you only shoot 2 missiles per weapon per volley, meaning that it's very hard to overwhelm AA. And if you try to shoot into a group, your shit will definitely just get shot down. Now we also have a very low spot range, indicated by the little orange line over here. But luckily we have a stealth ability. Now it will last about 30 seconds, just like with the parry. The issue is that we only have 3 consumables of them. And, well, the cooldown is a whole 90 seconds instead of 38. Now we also have an engine boost. That is just nice to have to get out of harm's way, especially with the low or the high concealment. It makes it so that we can stay out of range pretty easily. Not entirely sure why I tried to bomb the shoreline there. But at least he managed to hit a singular bomb with that second volley.
Deactivated.
Now, the planes are not spotting me, that is ideal. So I'm just gonna try to sit next to my team here so that they can do the spotting and they can be my proxy AA so that I don't get absolutely clobbered up, because the defensive capabilities of this ship are of course not particularly high. Now we have a parry here and he's actually somewhat secluded. I'm gonna start using the cruise missile first, or the guided missile, because they are actually pretty slow and it takes a little bit for those missiles to get near him. And then once he starts getting in range, or once I waited a little bit, I'm gonna fire my regular missiles, and then I should have a volley that hits him with both. There we go. That's a good hit. That's a good amount of damage. Just kidding, we only did 700 because he was already almost dead. But everything hit. So you can imagine that if he had full health, that would have been absolutely devastating. But that's unfortunately the reality of this game mode.
Incoming missile detected.
Now he's shooting at someone else, but he's already shooting at my missiles. First one is about to get shot down probably. No, actually they both went in. That's a good amount of damage. Thank you very much. Now let's hope that I actually get some damage in.
Missile incoming.
Turn on the AA.
Defense system is on high alert.
That's a good hit.
Missile hit confirmed. Enemy
He's dead
missile
probably.
incoming.
My missiles don't do it, someone else will. There we go. But he gets unspotted so fast. Ticonderoga. I'm not really sure if I can get some damage in on this guy, because I think he will just shoot all my shit down immediately. Now we switch on over to that. Now let's hope that that actually does some damage. That's 2 hits. Oh, that's a good hit. That's really good. Thank you very much. I really need to find a place here where I can sit in without getting radared. So I'm probably going to position myself roughly over there, so I can at least block line of sight. For now, nothing is in range. Let's just slowly creep our way towards there. I don't really want to sit within range of the enemy. The ship is pretty squishy. And line of sight doesn't really matter, because there is also AA around.
Missile defense system.
Or you're shooting top down. I mean, like the missiles just shoot over the terrain. So if you are spotted, you are basically boned. Let's radar this guy. I can radar through the terrain as well. So I know that if I lock this guy, I should both my missiles off and then switch on over to the cruise volley. That helps distract and overwhelm the AA, because that does a lot more damage, but unfortunately it worked the other way around this time around, and I missed the distraction volley, so that is kind of a giant L.
Missile defense system is...
Yeah, I need to get out of here, Chief. Then looking toward...
Enemy missile lock detected. Missile defense system is on high alert.
Okay. As I said, the line of sight doesn't really matter because you're shooting straight
Enemy
top down.
sighted. Enemy missile lock detected.
Kind of an
Missile
L.
defense system is on high alert.
Surely you don't want to run in and get shot at by the secondaries that
Enemy
they do
missile lock
have.
detected.
Reach there. There you go. Let's actually finish this guy off like we would with our horses at night.
Confirmed.
And quickly switch on over to this. And hopefully... He's only shooting at my missiles. At my good missiles, I mean. That is really annoying. I was expecting him to go forward again. But he's just continuously braking, which is kind of annoying. He's gonna do it now though. Let's just aim at this bow and at the skin. And hopefully he's just gonna keep reversing, isn't he? What is bro doing? I'm not entirely sure what his plan is, but you know, we'll just have to do it. Get an assist out of it, that's something. That should hit him. There you go, that's a good volley. I'm not necessarily getting shot on very hard right now. I'm right in the open. But as I said, it doesn't really matter. Let's see if I can blow him up.
Missile incoming. See? From here. Incoming missile detected. Enemy missile lock detected.
Yeah, it doesn't overwhelm him. Just get shot down instantly. So going to
Enemy missile sighted. Missile
very
defense
rough here.
system is on high alert.
see if I can shoot this guy down.
Missile incoming.
As I said, I'm just behind cover now, and I'm still able to be shot at.
Enemy missile sighted. Missile defense system is on high alert.
It's pretty good.
Enemy missile sighted.
Blow his ass up. That's a
Missile
really good volley.
incoming.
See if I can actually get a kill this time around.
Enemy missile sighted. Enemy
Looks dead on the
missile
money
lock
as well.
detected.
And someone else did it. That's unlucky.
You have 5 minutes to bring this to a close. Missile defense system is on high alert.
I'm getting absolutely lit up here.
We're seeing a fire.
See if those missiles actually track this time
problem
around.
seems to be
They did.
resolved.
Thank you very much.
An enemy destroyer destroyed. Admirable.
Good amount of damage. I'm not doing... Needs to back up basically. I'm not sure if that's gonna hit, but whatever. Those missiles are
Enemy
though.
missile lock lock detected.
Thank you very much.
Missile directly on target. Missile defense system.
He's dead. If it's not me, someone else will kill him. He's on like one shot. Can I get to 100k? Thank you very much. Let's go. Did I just miss out on that? I did get it. There you go. That works.
Missile defense
I
system is on
missed, so
high
that is
alert.
kind of unfortunate. Let's leave it a little bit more. About 6.7 seconds before I impact. That looks pretty decent. I'm radar though, so that's kind of bad.
Missile directly on target.
I don't think getting launching as we speak. I'm not entirely sure here. I should just keep focusing on this guy. I think I should. I think I'm just gonna try to take this guy down. And then we switch on over to this dude when we get some spotted, which was just now. If you can try to
Sighting an
beach,
enemy
that'd be
destroyer.
terrific.
Competence
Missile
wins
hit
the day.
confirmed.
He's doing pretty good. He's actually beached now, so let's get right ahead of him. And switch on over to these. Just the point of fence for
Missile
a second.
defense system is on
Hopefully I
high
can get the walk
alert.
off. Can. That's good. Let's get some missiles off here. Probably boosting. Engine boosting. My missiles got shot down again, so that's kind of unlucky. No hits there. I think I'm gonna radar them back actually. So let's
Missile defense system is on high alert.
see what it is. I need to get out of here though. I'm getting radar. Cover here doesn't really matter. It's all about lines of sights and getting spotted or not. It's really a game about positioning and ranges. Kind of. It's not as necessarily my cup of tea. He just EMP'd all my shit out of the air. That's kind of unlucky. Still getting spotted by the radar here.
Missile defense system is
I
on
need
high
to get
alert.
out of here, but I can't really. This is a really good position. I'm getting radar anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether I move or not here.
Enemy missile lock detected.
Let's try to get a lock here. See if I can kill this bird.
Enemy missile sighted.
Looks like I cannot.
Missile
Can't
defense
even get a
system
lock
is on
on him.
high alert.
I'm getting absolutely slobbered up here. And he is unspotted again. This lock takes forever, but it is what it is. Let me see if I can shoot this guy real quick. Switch
Missile
over to
defense
these.
system is on high alert.
I'm just going to get out of here because this looks rather unhealthy.
You're activating your engine boost. Missile directly on target.
Luckily, I used to play a bit of WoW, so I can deal with the slip a little
Enemy
bit.
missile lock detected.
But it
Missile
definitely
defense
plays
system
very
is on
differently
high
to the
alert.
WoWs that I'm
Enemy
used to.
missile sighted.
Getting radar again. That's a really good volley.
Missile directly on target. Missile defense system is on high
I'm gonna
alert.
run into each other there, so I might be able to hit them both. That's a lot of coverage that I can hit there. That'd be great. Good amount of damage. Not quite as good as I was hoping for, but I can deal with that. Yeah, fuck it up. Get a look on you, shall we?
Missile defense system is on high alert.
2 missiles out, and now let's fool his AA with these really good.
Your problem seems
See if
to
I
be
can get
resolved.
another one. And I'm on fire again. Not ideal.
We're seeing a
What, that
fire
might do a
alarm
lot of
from
damage
here.
there. There we go. That's basically a one shot.
An enemy destroyer destroyed. Admirable.
Enemy destroyer destroyed. That is certainly the voice line of all time. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it 31 minutes in, I can probably assume you actually enjoyed this kind of gameplay. If you want to pick this up, feel free to click the links in the description or look it up on the Xbox, PlayStation or Steam Marketplace if you so desire.